Hey guys, so I was going to edit my latest video, and the whole point of doing this latest one was to see if I can make it as easy as possible to actually follow through with putting a video out. So I want to show you guys in just a few simple clicks, basically what I did to create this very simple talking head video, something that you can do. The whole point of the video was about the message. So it wasn't about a fancy vlog thing with, costumes and cuts and edits and all these fancy things. But I'm going to show you how quick and easy you can make a video that still looks good. So I think first, make sure that you have a good background. Right now, the lighting is too dark in here, but what I did earlier was just move some lighting around. It was also a little bit earlier in the day, so I had some window light. If possible, use light from the window. That's always the best, most natural lighting. But you can always also shine lights at a wall that will then reflect the light back onto you if you don't want something so harsh. But first, set up your background and then, figure out what you want to wear. Like I was like, hey, you know what? I want to look a little bit nicer in this video. So I had my fancy little white coat on. Look, I all of a sudden look way more professional, right? So, figure out how you want to look, what you want to say. I just took some notes on a notepad here. Okay, I just took some notes on a notepad here. Simple, quick, easy. You can also have it on your screen if you want to have it where, like, let's say your Evernote is open and then you're reading off that, or a Google Doc sheet. And then always make sure that you're looking at the camera, which is usually at the top of your laptop or, on your phone. So just if you don't know where it is, point around until you find it. Oh, there it is. And then having a microphone. Everything comes with these days. Like your phone and your laptop have microphones. Worst case scenario, use those. As you improve, you can always get better ones. You can go with a fancy little Blue Yeti. You can get ones like this online. Honestly, here's a secret. Blue Yeti is the one that's actually recording me. This is just for looks because I love how it looks, but I don't know how to use it because it has a buttons box with all the buttons. I'll show you one day. It's crazy, but this is all about keeping it as simple as possible. So you have the content of what you're going to say. Maybe think through what your title is going to be. Like, what's the thumbnail going to say? What is someone going to be searching for that they're going to find this video? You don't have to put all that thought into it, but it is a better way to make sure that you're going to have more people more likely to actually get views. If you already have a big channel, you're probably not watching this video. Let's just be honest. But those are some basics. And then just use your Zoom and just turn it on. If you don't have Zoom, they have a free account. Just get a Zoom account. But here we go. So we're just going to go ahead and you'll click recording. We'll have recording pause because I'm screen sharing this. Is how I'm recording this part of it. And I'm going to hit recording. Okay. So now I'm going to be recording. I'll do my content, say whatever I want to say. And then I think I'm done. Worst case scenario, if you don't want to do like a one long shot and try to get it all right in the first time, let's say you mess up, just do some cuts while you're editing, cut out things that you don't, if you really hated it, but aim for this project, doing it all in one shot, just one continuous shot, and you're not going to do a whole bunch of edits to make it as easy as possible for you. So, that is how we're going to do it here. And now we have recorded. Okay. I'm going to stop the recording. I'm going to end the Zoom part of this, end meeting for all, and then it's going to convert. This should be quick because this wasn't actually the whole big long one I just did. If you were to hit stop converting, you can always convert it again later. It's doing whatever fancy computer stuff it needs to do. And then, okay, there it is. Now I'm going to want to rename this so I know what I'm looking for. We'll say how to make a quick vid. And then I like to put raw so that I know that this is the raw, uncut, unedited, very first video, so that when I am doing this, it doesn't get lost in the shuffle. So enter. Okay, so now I have the files where I want them, which I want to always make sure that I have, a folder for my raw videos. And then, once I have like the thumbnails, or if I have the final version, I want to have them in one place where I can actually find them, because trust me, it's a messy if you don't do that. All right, and then let's open up Adobe Premiere Pro. Okay, I'm going to open Adobe Premiere Pro, and I promise it's going to look overwhelming, but it's not as bad as it looks. I'm going to do new project. This is how to make a short or a quick vid. quick vid. And I'm going to call this one project so that I know that this is the whole project. If I can spell vid. There we go. Okay. So once you're in the project, you're going to go to Assembly, right click, Import. And then we're just going to do, am I still an artist? This is the topic of the one that I filmed today. So now it is in here, and then I'm just going to drag and drop it into the timeline here. And sometimes these sections may look different. You can move them around and adjust them as needed. Like let's say you wanted it to look like that. That can kind of throw you off from time to time because if you hit the X, it's like, how do I get it back? And there's all sorts of buttons all around here, but this is not about that for today. Let's just say you have this all set up this way. I'm going to go into the editing portion of it. And it's as simple as let's just hit play. Okay, you see, okay, now let's say this is kind of big, so I can reduce this down to 100. There, I can see more of it. Everybody likes to do their fluffing part. So while I'm waiting for my sound to come on, I'm making this bigger. By bigger, I mean I can see more detail. This is the sound down here. I'm waiting till, oh, it looks like I'm going to start talking. Okay, so that's where I start talking. So I'm going to rewind this back. And I'm going to cut this. So you can either hit this little, looks like a razor, or if you remember your, there's speedy ways to do this. So I'm going to hit undo, and Command C for cut, and then Command V. Now you can use the little arrow tool to select this. Another way to do that would be Command V, and that gives you the arrow tool. So now this is selected. I'm going to hit the delete button. Now I can drag this entire thing over. It's moving the video, which is this top line, and the sound at the same time. Now, if these were separated, then the sound and the video wouldn't line up, but everything's connected at this point. We've cut off the first part. We can check it again.
Am I still an artist if I don't make?
Okay. Now I know that when I filmed this, I didn't have anything in it that I wanted to cut out. If I knew that I had made a flub or something, then I might like listen through to all of it to make sure and find that and cut it out. But I'm going to go ahead to the end. And then you can see where the audio stops right here. And I remember that I start to like look off the screen. So I want to cut that out. I'm going to hit play. And the way to hit play, you can either, I don't even remember how to do it. Oh, you can hit the play button here, but I'm just so used to, you just hit the space bar and the space bar equals play. All right. Have a good day, guys. Bye. Okay, so I start to look off the screen here and I don't need to have that much lag time. So I'm going to reverse a little bit. Maybe right there. I don't know. And then you can even drag this over like that, but make sure it doesn't cut off too much. You can play it again to make sure. Have a good day, guys. Bye. Okay, that's fine. It will automatically bring you back to the beginning again. So you could watch the whole thing, see if there's anything you wanted to add, change, etc. If you wanted to just, okay, we've cut out the beginning part, we've cut out the end. We know that all of this is fine. Then as simple as that, if we're going to make it as simple as possible, we're good to go. Hit File, Export, Media. Now you want to make sure here it says sequence in and out. That was if, let's say you had multiple little cuts here, multiple scenes. It would only be what's selected. So you want to hit entire sequence, make sure it's exporting the entire everything that you've done in the video if you had multiple clips. H.264 is fine. High bit rate. This is like about like how the quality is going to look. It's going to make it a larger file. You can do medium. There's a million choices here. You can make it specialized for YouTube. I'm just going to go with high bit rate. There's all sorts of opinions on that, but it doesn't have to be that complicated. Comments. Okay. Output name. This is when I'm looking for the file, how it's going to show up. So I don't want it to say raw anymore. I'm going to say edited and just going to make that look, am I still an artist edited? Okay. So now this is going, I don't really like where this is going. I want to put this into YouTube. We have short to raw. I'll put it in the video section. Oh, we even have a not published yet section. Let's put it there. Save. You just want to always know where you're going to be able to find it. Okay, I'm not going to worry about most all of this stuff. I'm just kind of looking to make sure if there's anything else I want to do. I think it's good. So I'm going to hit export.
Now, if it was a super long, super complicated video, it might take a long time. Now I will see that this is a 1,505 megabytes. That's fairly large. I mean, it's not the biggest file. It's not the smallest file. Okay, so now go to your YouTube channel. Make sure that it's the correct one. If you have multiple Gmail accounts, the one in the top right here, the tiny little picture, you want to just make sure that it's the right one. Then go to YouTube Studio. And then we're going to click Create, Upload Video, select Files. Okay, so go back to where you have it in your files here. And then I'm going to go to, am I still an artist? Edited, open. Okay, and then here I already have this pre-filled out, but I might, change it as necessary, change the title here. And then once that's good, make sure you go through all these different things. I have a video that goes through each and everything you want to add here, but you're going to upload your thumbnail. You could use one that creates one for you. TubeBuddy, you can create a thumbnail. I think I have a whole video about that separately, so I'm not going to go into details, but basically you would just hit next. You would add any end screens that you want extra. It will check and make sure that there's no problems. And then you would either make it public, or you can set it, instant premiere. You can decide when you want it to be. You can schedule it for when you want it to go private or public, and then you'd be good to go. So again, I didn't want to get into all the details, but I'm just sharing with you, like, here's the most basic. I mean, it will decide for you if you don't pick the category. It'll allow video and audio remixing. I don't want to allow that. Standard YouTube license, that's probably going to be what you need. Like, a lot of this is just, you don't need the recording date and location. You don't need to do most of these. That's what I find it with most everything. Like when you go into Adobe Premiere Pro, most of these buttons you're pretty much never going to need until you get to the level of like truly a video master. You don't have to do the color, but it's cool that you can adjust it. Audio, to start with, don't worry about it. This looks so overwhelming. Once you get to it, you can do some presets. You can play with some of the different, making sure that's a dialogue or music. But honestly, keep it simple and just start uploading videos. So that's my video on how to make a quick video. And in here.